Hello, Instagram! Welcome to Friday Night Live with Warikoo in a new setting. Okay, so let's get the first caller online. Okay, Jay Pokarna. You call yourself a photographer, and I love photographers. Jay, you're coming live with me in 5 seconds.
Hello, Ankur. Am I audible?
Yes, you are, Jay. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. What about you?
बहुत बढ़िया यार, एकदम मस्त. Where are you from?
I am from Bangalore. Yeah, what I wanted to ask is like how you share your schedule and stuff pretty openly, right? I think so. You had recently shared your quarantine schedule and even normal schedule you have shared. So what I want to know is like how do you make sure that once you have made a schedule, you stick to it? I mean that I think so is something that I face an issue, and even many over here might be facing that issue.
Got it.
So that is what I want to know.
No, that's a good question, Jay, and I will answer that. So here's the trick, and this is the beauty of a schedule. I don't make a schedule and then stick to it. I start doing whatever I have to do, and through that, my schedule emerges.
Okay.
And let me elaborate how it works. So basically, what I'm trying to focus on when I'm thinking of my day, when I'm thinking of my time, is what do I spend time on that gives me the maximum energy to do whatever I have to do in a day? So it's very clear that if I see Netflix for 4 hours in a day, I will not be left with a lot of energy. If I watch or browse through social media for 16 hours a day, I will not be left with a lot of energy. If I eat for 4 hours a day, I will not be left with a lot of energy. If I wake up really late, I will not be left with a lot of energy. If I sleep really late, I will not be left with a lot of energy. So the schedule is not something that you decide and you stick to it, because that is the wrong way, in my opinion, of target planning. आप कभी भी अपने आप को target देख के you can't say, okay, I have to hit this target. The best way to create a target is to actually find out what your target should be and then go about hitting it, as against deciding what your target is even before you know anything and then saying, okay, I'll hit it or not hit it. So that works for me as a schedule. I will play a lot of trial and error. I will figure out what it is to wake up really early, then maybe slightly late, what it is to do reading the first thing in the morning or meditating the first thing in the morning. What is it to have dinner at 6:30? What is it to have dinner at 7:30? And through that, I emerge with a schedule instead of trying to come up with a schedule and then sticking to it.
So what you're saying is basically, you try out a lot of stuff and then stick to what works best for you, something like that.
Perfect. That's very simple. You said it in 5 words what I took 2 minutes to say. Absolutely.
Okay. Chalo, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Awesome. Jay's like, chalo, theek hai, ho gaya, bahut badhiya raha. Very nice. Good to speak to you. But thank you so much, Jay. That was a good question. And all the best.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jay's like, happy, very nice. हाँ हाँ बहुत बढ़िया, आपने काफी अच्छा बोला. And it says, yeah, and the time management conference. This is. I'm glad, Yamini. I'm glad that it's working out for you. In fact, for those, and this is just a selfish insert. For those who are watching this, I took a conference last month on time management. It was very well received. There were about 983 people that were live as part of that online webinar. And there was just so much demand on, can I see a recording of it? Can I see a recording of it? I want to know more about how to manage my time, so on. So I've created a recording, and you can all go and purchase that. It's available on ankurwarikoo.com/conferences. My website /conferences, ankurwarikoo.com/conferences. If you go there, you'll be able to buy all of my conferences or courses that are available, and that will be a good start. All right, let's get Asta Sachdeva. Asta, I don't know, did we speak last Friday as well? I'm not sure. Okay, we'll give you the benefit of doubt, Asta. If you've spoken last weekend, then don't feel bad if I pull you out earlier than usual. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, Asta, you're going live with me. Hi, Asta. Of course, we spoke last Friday as well. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. But that's fine.
What is happening?
This is you ranking alphabetically, and it's working its magic. But I'm glad. Fancier headphones since last week, so you've clearly upgraded.
My earphones are actually broken, so I'm managing this.
Which makes sense. Great. But you know what? I want to give chances to others as well. So it was good to see you again.
Wait a second. My brother is actually has also joined your live session.
That is a good thing. So why don't you give it to your brother? Because clearly the sister's making it happen for the brother. Hi, brother.
Hello, Ankur.
What's your name?
My name is Dipank.
Dipank. Nice to meet you, Dipank. And what do you do, Dipank?
What?
What do you do?
I'm a CA student.
अभी इंटर में हो फाइनल क्लियर हो गया है क्या है
I have cleared my inter and I'm in my finals next year. They're due.
All the best, man. The hardest exam to crack. I've seen people give away their lives to get into the CA qualifications, but I hope you make it on the first attempt itself.
For me also, it's been a very bumpy ride.
Yeah. Hey, you'll get there, man. You'll get there. Put your best on it. All right. Do you have a question for me, Dipank?
I'm constantly thinking about one thing, that there's so many people on this planet, and there must be something happening around, that this nature is being controlled by something. There must be some kind of energy around, and I mean, I'm constantly thinking that what's the reason behind our existence, or maybe the humans, maybe the animals, maybe those insects, maybe everything that is happening around us. So I mean, the doubt here is that, is there any rules or regulations or a certain way to lead life?
No, it's such a terrific question that I will choose not to answer it. I don't want to be frivolous on this. It's a terrific question. It is so deep. It is so thoughtful. It probes on why do we exist? Why the fuck are we on this earth? What is our purpose? What are we meant to do? What are we meant to achieve? Are there any rules? Are there any regulations? If there are already rules, then why are we spending any energy in thinking about them? Why are we spending any energy in trying to come up with our own rules as it is their rules? I used to think about these things a lot, and I still do at the back of my head, but I don't let it affect me, because at some point of time, I just realized there is actually no purpose to all of our lives. There isn't any. That is just my belief. Which is, अगर वैसी घंटा कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता of what you do in your life and what do you end up achieving and whether you were born and why were you born and so on and so forth. So you might as well just do whatever is it that gives you the most positive emotional vibe. And people then self-select. मेरे लिए it could be having this IG, someone else could be कि मैं जिंदगी भर सिर्फ Netflix ही देखता रहूंगा, someone else could be कि मैं पिज्जा खा के मोटा हो जाऊंगा, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, क्या करना है पतले होके, like what the fuck do I have to do? अगर हार्ट अटैक से ही मरना है तो मर जाएंगे, अगर इसी से करना है हो जाएगा. So it just varies, it goes all across the spectrum, and at some point of time, honestly, I just was like, it's not worth it. The only thing that I'm going to go for is, it's purposeless, it doesn't serve any intention, any motive, any objective. So the only thing is self-divine. The only thing you are optimizing for is your personal goal out of this journey. And that's a personal choice everyone makes.
So you are saying that everyone has come with their own handlebars. I mean, there isn't anything personally you can control or...
I really don't think so. I really don't think so. This is all make-believe.
So how did you come out of this, or maybe being busy, or like that, something like that?
No, I just do things that I love doing. That's as simple as that. I just devote myself towards doing things that I do. And I'm always thinking, what percentage of my time am I spending on doing things because others want me to do it? And that has to be the minimal. Anyway, I got to go, Dipank, to the next caller. Thank you so much. All the best.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Say hi to Asta from our side. And
Can
you
I
have
take a screenshot, please? Can I take a screenshot?
Yes, please. Let's do that. Let's do that. With the purpose of life. I don't know if that worked or not. All right. Nikita Goyal, are you ready to go live with me? I know who you are, and it'll be fun to talk to you. Nikita, we'll go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. This will be fun. Take easy questions now. It's not my job to... Hi, Nikita.
Hi, how are you?
Very well. How are you?
I'm good. I can't believe that I'm live with you. I just can't believe this.
I'm just so happy to speak to you after all the exchanges that we have had. And I have to tell you, I'm really happy for you. I am super proud of your persistence. I love the fact that you didn't give up. And it is just so commendable that you've got yourself what you deserved all the way along.
Oh God, I can't believe, I mean, I just felt from the starting that if I'm going to send you a request, you will accept it. And, heartbeat ho raha tha automatically, how will I talk to you?
I can totally imagine that. Are you, sorry, before I do that, I have to seek your permission. Are you okay with me sharing your story with everyone?
Absolutely.
Okay,
No
great.
issues.
Because I would love to. So here's the deal with Nikita. Nikita writes into me on Instagram one day looking for a job because she's been looking for a job for a really long while and it wasn't working out. And I thought that her way of reaching out and asking or looking for a job wasn't the right way. So I gave her feedback and she was very gracious to accept it. And I actually created a video, which I posted on several social media networks. It went viral in a big way. And then Nikita and I have been somewhat in touch to whatever extent I could help, I did. But to her credit, she wrote to me earlier this week saying that she's actually now found an opportunity and she's working in the HR field, which was a shift from what she was doing before. And this was a fresh start for her. So I'm really happy for you. And I am super, super happy to be finally speaking to you. And it gives me tremendous joy. Wonderful, man. What a story.
You know what? There are people who have got 5 good qualities, 5 bad qualities, but you are the one I cannot find any bad qualities. I mean, maybe you may be having, but
I have a
your
lot.
sense of humor, you're so simple. I mean, seeing you, I feel that there can be great people who can be very simple, very down to earth, simple, and I just love that. Your sense of humor, the way you were singing song was just so amazing. Like I can't tell you how amazing it was, and I just feel that I'm dreaming, right now. I can't believe this.
No, I am
Okay.
wonderful. But go on. Please. Ask
Okay.
me if there's anything you have to.
One quick question. Suppose that I've started my internship. At the same time, I've enrolled for online courses. So earlier I was motivated to, pursue that online courses and I was investing 3 to 4 hours of my time. But now I feel that somehow, that has not, I'm still doing that, but then not at the pace I should be doing that. So that is where I feel that, how to bring that sense of motivation or, that sense of responsibility that, no, I have to do this.
Don't put any pressure on yourself to do that, Nikita. Here's my guidance. You've got yourself an internship. This is what you wanted. This is what you've been working towards. This is what you were actually fighting all this while. Please settle down. Take your time. It's a new company. It's a new role. It's a new function. It will demand your attention. It will demand your devotion. It will demand your commitment. Do that. For the first 90 days in any new job, be your 100%. Don't distract yourself. Don't split your attention. Don't do anything that will take you away and deviate you from what you should be doing. Once you get the first 90 days right, you will actually be in such a shape and form where you will know what works, what doesn't work, how much time, so on and so forth. Uske baad you can always come back. Don't have this sense of FOMO कि मुझे ये online courses करने हैं and that should make me better and so on. You're working right now. There is nothing better than someone learning while doing the job because there's nothing better that teaches you how to do that job. So don't think that you are inadequate. Don't think that you are not accomplished as yet because you haven't done that online course. Please don't put any pressure on yourself in trying to force fit things when you should ideally be spending all your attention on just making this internship opportunity the best one that you've ever had. And that's it. Don't feel any guilt whatsoever in paying attention to what is the most important thing, but saying no to things that you thought are important, but maybe not right now.
Okay, fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, awesome. Lovely speaking to you. Wonderful. All the best. Stay in touch, Nikita. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye. That was fun. I love these success stories. I love these underdog stories. I love it when people who are fighting so hard, the world thinks that they won't make it, no one's betting on them, and then they fucking come and slam dunk. Like Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar is like my favorite movie of all time. It's like, you motherfuckers, I will show you that you can do that. Like I have it in me to make it happen. I'm not gonna have anyone come my way. Success is my only motherfucking option. Failure is not. Oh my God, I love that song as well. Let's get the next caller online. Let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sasha, you're going live with me. Hi, Sasha.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm great.
Okay,
you?
very well. Where are you from?
I'm from Surat. Yeah.
Wow. What do you do, Sasha?
So I'm studying in Bombay right now.
Acha.
I'm doing my BMS from Jai Hind College in
Nice.
Bombay.
Very nice. Very cool.
Thank you.
Do you have a question for me, Sasha?
Yes. So I'm not gonna waste any time. Okay. So since like there must be a lot of 19-year-olds and everyone's asking you the same thing that when you're 19 you have like 100 things in your head. Okay, like you want to intern with someone, but at the same time you want to start your own thing. Then you think maybe this is not right. Maybe I should just do some few online courses. And since we're all at home right now, so in the beginning I had this thing that I'm gonna be very productive. I'm gonna do a lot of courses, and I started with 1 or 2, and I did finish them, so I'm happy about that. But then later on, I started, whenever I go on LinkedIn, I see like 100 people every day posting about the courses that they're doing and they're completing. And that just makes me feel like, oh my God, by not doing courses, am I missing out on something too big? Because to be honest, I'm a reader and I love reading. So at this point of time, whenever I'm in college, I don't usually get the time because of a lot of things that keep on happening. Like I do like interning and I do like the fast life. But when I'm over here, I just want to sit and read and read and read and read. So do you think how do you decide what you need to spend your time on? Like, how do you decide which is the right way? Like, should you start something of your own? Should you just do courses? Should you intern? Like, what do you do at this point of time? Like, okay, the question's too mixed up, but I hope.
No, I get it. And I totally appreciate the question. I love where it's coming from. It's coming from a very honest point of view. So I love that. Here are 3 things that I'll tell you, which you will not believe are true, but are true. Number 1, you're 19, which is incredibly young, while you may believe and wake up every day telling yourself, oh my God, I'm old. I don't know what I'm going to do in life. I don't know where I'm headed. Everyone else is so sorted. I'm the only one who doesn't know. I'm just so lost and I am a disaster. Nothing's ever going to work out for me. But I cannot begin to tell you how young you are, and you're just getting started. I'm 39 and I feel I am getting started. And I'm sure you believe that everyone at 39 is already dead. Like there's no point for everyone to be living beyond 39. Like what's the point? You're just so old. What could you possibly do at that point of time? Give yourself the luxury of time. It's the most precious gift that you can give yourself. There is nothing that will get lost for you if you spend time reading something that you genuinely enjoy and love and would want to devote yourself to. No course is going to make up for that. No internship is going to make up for that. Nothing that gives you FOMO is going to make you any stronger than the fact that you did something that you genuinely wanted to do and you gave yourself that liberty to absolutely mesmerize and be consumed by it. That's number 1. Number 2, if you can, in the journey of living life, also find out what are the things that you can immerse yourself in a way that you lose track of time, then it only means 2 things. Either you are doing the best thing that you can possibly be doing at your time, or you're wasting your time absolutely ridiculously. That's the only thing that means when you lose track of time. We almost always know when we're wasting time, which means the journey then is about, can you find things that you do where you lose track of time and it's not amounting to wasting time, because then you are doing the thing that you're good at, that you will do with minimal effort and comes naturally to you. You at 19 have the world in front of you. Whether it's Jai Hind, whether it's Bombay, whether it's Surat, whether it's anywhere else, you can literally walk in and make friends with anyone you wish to. The question is, who will you spend your time with? What kind of content will you read? What kind of ideas will you endorse? And I think if you go around that journey, you will find that every 19-year-old has the best opportunity ever to transform their life without any pressure of time. But it's only if they recognize that.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Sasha.
Thank
All
you.
the best. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. Do you believe in work-life balance? No, Ayushi, I don't. I have a very different take on work-life balance, and I've spoken about this. But yeah. Sorry, Shubham, not working. Sorry, man. Didn't. Let me just get. Okay, Ira.rk. Let's bring you live, Ira, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Let's see if that works. That's okay. That's okay, Shubham. Don't worry about it. Shit happens, but I'm glad we got an opportunity to at least try.
Ankur.
Hi, Ira.
Can you see me?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Awesome. Yes, but it's a little bit like there's a little bit of lag, so I hope that goes away.
No, it looks okay to me, but
Awesome.
all right, great. Where are you from, Ira?
Oh, it's as if we're meeting for the first time. Okay. I am from Nagpur and I have completed my BTech just last week and I got my grade card today, so I passed.
Awesome!
Finally.
Congratulations!
Yes.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
That is good news. That is finally good news. So for those, I was pretending that I don't know her. So Ira was a participant in one of the webinars, and correct me if that's how it worked. And then she was like, "Why don't I just send him an email?" And she did, and it was a very moving email. It was a very impactful email. And it was a great example of how to write a cold email to someone that you've never written to before. I loved it.
Oh my
and
God.
I responded. And she was like, hey, I just want to work with you and figure out anything that we could do. And we figured out something. We tried working on something. It didn't work out, but that was my fault, not anyone else's. But then she got busy with her college. And we now are just in touch. And I'm sure we'll find a way of working together at some point of time, sooner than later.
Hopefully.
But that's how life happens. All you have to do is just ask, because if you don't ask, then the answer is always no.
Yeah, that's something that I was so nervous before I emailed you, like super nervous. I'd never done anything like that before. And then after that, when I got the response, I know that even though we didn't end up working on anything immediately, but it still gave me so much confidence to go out and do it again with somebody else. So I just want to say thank you. It made such a big impact in my life. I'm sure I'm going to carry it for a long time.
I'm so glad that this happened. I'm absolutely glad that this happened.
Yeah.
But do you have a question for me, Ira?
Yes, I do have a question for you, and it might not be framed very well, so I'm just maybe it might turn into a ramble. So disclaimer. But I saw you made a failure resume early on. It was a really old article that I saw, and I just want to talk about that a little bit because I didn't attend the webinar that you took on failure. So sometimes there are two ways that failure comes in for us, right? How we deal with it. One is if it's externally, you fail at something and maybe you don't feel for it that much, but because of the external pressure or something, and it doesn't happen. And the other way is you make a mistake or you fail at something and then you feel bad about it and you carry guilt with it. So how do you kind of deal with both of them separately? Because I think the way to deal with them is obviously going to be different, and it's also really difficult to talk about, especially because I'm young, so I know I'm going to make a lot of mistakes in my life. I've already started doing that, and it's hard to move past that sometimes, right? Especially because I don't know anything, and then you make a mistake at work and you're okay, now they're going to fire me, or they don't think that I'm a worthy employee or something like that. So
sure.
yeah, that's my question basically.
And let me make this into two questions so that we broad bases.
Okay.
One is, how do you approach failure when failure or a mistake happens at that point of time, and how do you go about learning from failure? Because that's the more important reason of why the failure should be in the first place. So the first thing is, and this is just a blanket rule that I would absolutely suggest to everyone, if there is anything that you do which is a mistake and it wasn't done on purpose, which I'm assuming is always the case when you make a mistake, the only right thing to do is to admit it right away. And do not ever try and second guess. Do not ever try and hide it. Do not ever try and rectify it in the hope that someone will not notice. The right thing to do is always admit a mistake. But when you do that, you are risking yourself to the opposite side reacting whichever way they wish to react. They can choose their reaction. You don't get to choose that for them. You can't be like, oh, I admitted my mistake, so how would you be making me feel bad about it? That's their choice, not yours. The right thing to do from your end is to admit and own up to that mistake, but how they react to it is completely their choice, and you will leave them with that. That's the big deal. That's what most people don't get comfortable with. That's what really fears and scares people in owning up a mistake. But I would personally always do that. I would never, ever attempt to hide a mistake, because what I care about is my reputation over a long period of time. And I don't want anyone to be ever in a position to say, this guy is possibly making a mistake and we wouldn't ever come to even know about it. The more important thing is, once a mistake has happened, how do you go about learning from it? Because a lot of people say, hey, an important part of success is failure. But that's not true, because almost everyone has failed in this world, but not everyone has succeeded. So clearly, failure is not what gets us to success. It's something else in addition to failure. And in my view, that is reflection. When you fail and you reflect upon it is when you learn. There are endless instances where we will just fail, make a mistake, and move on. We will not look back. We will not even ask the question, what have we learned from it? We will not even ask the question, how did we even get to this spot? We will never ask the question, how can I avoid it in the future? We will never ask the question, what is it that I know today that I didn't know back then when I committed the mistake that will ensure that this mistake doesn't happen again? So anytime that you commit something which is wrong as a mistake and you don't reflect on it, you're not going to make it into a success story. You're not going to make it into a learning. And that's just unfortunate, but that's the way most people work.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah?
That's a lot for me to think about.
Awesome, great.
Yeah.
All the best, Ira.
Thank
Take
you
care.
so
We'll
much.
stay in
And
touch.
looking forward to your newsletter.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. All right. We are almost, what time is it? 10:51. We're almost there. One last caller, and we will end the day. Tuk, 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 tuk. Shilpa Sood. Shilpa Sood. Do you want to have a chat? Let's do that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shilpa, you're coming live. No, second chance and fear of everyone. Hi, Shilpa.
Hi, I'm good.
How are you?
Good, doing great.
Very well. Where are you from?
So I'm from Delhi.
Okay.
Yes, I'm Delhi.
Great.
Yes.
And what do you do, Shilpa?
So I handle product at an early stage venture from Gurgaon. It's Synaptic.
All right. Wonderful. What's it into?
So we help VCs and investors to get into companies, like how to discover companies, like that's my job.
Fancy. That's like the other end of it. So not just entrepreneurs trying to find VCs, but VCs trying to find entrepreneurs and companies.
Yeah.
Very cool. So have you been in product all through your professional career?
So I started out as a developer, and then product kind of fascinated me. So that was the area there.
Very nice. I love it. Do you have a question for me, Shilpa?
Yes, quick question. So I'm at this stage right now where I feel that I have an obligation to the education I've got and like imparted to people around me. Like, you see that, yaar, ye to wohi mistake kar raha hai jo maine ki thi. Like, that's wrong. Like, you should not do it. And then there is my personal goal. Ki I have a lot to learn yet. Ki I have this. So there is guilt both ways when I manage time. Like, I can't give them that time, so I feel guilty. But at the same time, when I'm not able to do my stuff, there's a halt there. So, like, how do I manage time between my personal goals? Like, how it's not really about prioritization. It's more like you see your relatives, they're trying something new. You see them doing the same mistakes. Like, there are a lot of mistakes I've done. You get that point, right? So how do I not be rid of that guilt, at the same time be able to manage my growth?
Got it. No, and that's a fair question. Let me start with an example that everyone hopefully on this call will get. So when we board a flight, and we used to before shit happened, there is a security message that goes out. And in that security message, there's a very important life lesson that's given, which is if there is a lack of oxygen in the cabin, oxygen masks will drop from above. Right. And to put that on, you just pull it and then you pull the string, and that's how it works. But before you apply the oxygen mask on someone else, make sure that you apply it on yourself. And that's a very, very important life lesson. Because essentially it tells us, before you begin to help someone, correct someone, guide someone, mentor someone, you need to first be in a spot where you've done that for your own self, in a way that you feel that you have done justice to it. So there is never going to be a right or a wrong time, Shilpa, for you to be helping others. It's the most pious, the most honest, the most fulfilling thing that you can do. Right. But in my opinion, it's also extremely stupid if you were to set out, lost on like that, come back. It'll be extremely stupid for you to, or not just you, all of us, to be trying and changing or bringing about change or helping or guiding someone else if you yourself haven't got to that point where you've done it for your own self. Because then you're essentially just trying to fulfill or make yourself feel good about yourself, while the truth is you still have a fair bit of distance to cover before you start feeling that you have accomplished something, gotten to that point. And when I say that, here is a caveat. The caveat is you don't have to be in your life everything that you want it to be before you start considering helping others. A good example of that is if you have someone in your family who is 5 or 10 years old, and they clearly are going to things that they can learn from you, and you are 30, so you've been through their life multiple over and you've learned your lessons in that context and done everything that you had to, you are in complete, absolute authority to help them, guide them, and help them see their way. But if you're 30 and you are also still figuring out what is it that you want to do and how you want to do it, and you are now attempting or seeing someone at 25 attempt something, the only thing that you can offer is your opinion. The only thing that you can offer is your feedback. But you can't offer what would be called guidance. You can't offer what would be called mentorship. You can't be offering something which is prescription. What you can is, hey, the last time I went through this, here is what happened to me, you might want to consider. As against saying, I've been through this, I know this shit, here's what you should do, you're welcome. Wow. That is the subtle difference, and that works.
Nice.
Does that help?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome, great. Thank you so much, Shilpa. All the best with everything. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, I have 1 minute and about 20 seconds left, so I will then say good night to everyone. This is Friday Night Live with Warikoo. We do this every Friday at 10 p.m. and it'll mean the world to me if you just join. Ask me any question whatsoever. I'm sorry, I can't accept everyone that comes in, and that's just not my bad, but look, it's a draw of lots, and whosoever wins, then wins. I don't know most of you personally, and that's a joy for me to discover. Until next weekend, I will see you all. God bless, stay safe, and bye. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that whenever we put up a new video, you're aware of it.